Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to our science lesson about pedigree charts. So, what is a pedigree chart? Okay, this is a family history of a genetic condition. So, let's have a quick review. Genotype talks about what genes someone has, that is, your actual genes. Okay, and they are represented by a letter, a capital letter specifically for a dominant trait, and a small letter or lowercase for recessive trait. So for example, you have your trait tongue rolling. This is dominant. So if you can roll your tongue, your trait is dominant. So we use big letter R to represent the tongue rolling. However, if you cannot roll your tongue, that is a recessive trait that you have inherited from your parents. And we use lowercase r to represent the non-rolling gene. So for every trait, you get a gene from each parent. Right? I hope you understand that. Again, let's review. Big letter R stands for big letters, stands for dominant gene, and small letters stand for recessive gene. Now let's talk more of this. So, mom and dad are RR, that is their genotype. So we have here RR. And they can also be described as heterozygous, meaning to say they are hybrid. They have one of each gene. They're called hybrid, okay? Because they have big letter R, small letter R, mixed genes. So, what is their phenotype? If you have here, since you always have the big R, so the dominant trait always shows up. So, what is it? Is it roller tongue or non-roller? Of course, it is a roller tongue, meaning you can roll your tongue out. That is a dominant trait. So, what about here? The youngest son has a genotype of small rr. So, meaning to say, the youngest son has homozygous recessive. That is, it has two copies of the recessive gene. So, this is it here, this part here. Why? Why do you have this one? We use this Punnett square, right? So, when RR is mixed, alright, so what is about his phenotype? If we have two RRs here, meaning this son cannot roll his tongue out because that is a recessive gene. Alright, I hope you understand. So we will talk now today about what pedigree chart is. It will show a record of your family, of the family of an individual. When you want to study about the transmission of a hereditary condition, yes, you can do this one. When I was in my university years, when we had our biology laboratory and project about pedigree chart, I was able to chart, research my family history about certain diseases, about certain genes and traits, just like widow's peak, tongue rolling, um, the type of ear, is it attached or unattached earlobes, and so on. So it is really, really true that you can show a record of your family, of the family event of yours. So to study the transmission of diseases, say for example high blood pressure, heart disease, or whatever it is, you can also show that record from your family history. They are very useful when you have a large family and a good family record over several generations as well. So when we study human genetics, okay, it will offer an ethical way, okay, because you cannot make certain individuals breed in order to study genetics, right? That is today genetic engineering has new tools to offer to doctors studying genetic diseases, and these are called genetic counselors that will use these pedigree charts to show you, to help you determine the distribution of a disease in an affected family. So we have here an example of a pedigree chart. Okay, there's a marriage with 5 children, 2 daughters and 3 sons. The next eldest son is affected by the condition. So what did you see here? So we have this. The square represents a normal male. It is not shaded. If it is shaded, it means this male is being affected by the disease. The circle 1 represents a normal female, and a shaded circle means an affected female. And when you have this symbol, it means mismarriage. So you're the male and then the female got married. All right, so let's have here, we have the normal male. Shaded individuals have the trait you're studying. So you are studying this affected male or affected female. Okay, boys represent squares, girls the circles. You know that one. So married connected at side, siblings connected at top, not at the side. At the top, okay, not at the side. Okay, all this child to the left. And if shaded individuals in this pedigree have blue eyes, what is the genotype of the parents? So, if this has blue eyes, what's the genotype then of the parents? Okay, you see all this child from the left side, so the middle child. So the middle here. So let's look at the symbols first. What about here? What symbol? So when you say cross out, because if there's no cross out, it's a marriage. So if it's cross out here, it's divorced or separated. What about here? If this cross out, it means it is deceased or person passed away already. What about this? They are called identical twins. You have these two. What about this? It means they have fraternal twins. You have to remember, guys, when you say identical twins, both have the same or males. For this show here, squares means male, so they are identical to each other. However, when you say fraternal twins, one is a boy, one is a girl. All right, so how do we organize the pedigree chart? You have to remember, guys, this one, meaning the married couple and their children here, the second generation, the first child is married to this, so and so on, right? And this another. So how many children do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children, and this, if they're married, they've got another 2 or 3 children. All right, so what about here? This last child, the youngest child, um, one child and it's married and got 5 kids. So it has 20 individuals for this pedigree. So as what I've told you a while ago, generation 1 is this. So probably if you are in this part here, if you are here, if you're a male, this side, or you're a female, you're in this side. So this side here, generation 1, are your grandparents, okay? Take note, we are in this side. So consider yourself, we are in this side. So this is your grandfather, grandmother. These are your dad is here. This is your mom, and these are your uncles. These are your aunts, right? So they are siblings here, generation 2. And now we are generation 3 here because we are here, generation 3, right? So both of this and you and this one here, you are what? You're cousins. You're in generation 3. And we have your siblings. You get married. These are your children, the future we have. So the generation is always shown in Roman numerals. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And another thing is each of the generation are identified by Arabic numerals numbered from the left. So therefore the affected individuals are 2, 3. So you're gonna look at this with the shaded word are the affected individuals. So 2, 3, another one 4, 2, and 4, 3, right? So fourth generation, the second child, this is the third child, right? I hope you have understood that. If you have any more questions, you can send me a message below. What's going on, right? Let's look at the shaded blue eyes. In what generation are there twins? What do you think? In what generation are there twins? So is it in, this is generation 1, this is generation 2, this is generation 3. What generation? Okay, it is generation 3, as you can see here. They are what? Identical twins. Right? 1 and 2 split after having 4. 4. So this is the original wife. This has the husband and their kid. It's a girl, a female, but they are divorced or they split up. And then this male married to another girl, then had kids with 3. So we have here 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Right? So they are the kids 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 to 9 were born, and then genotypes 1, 4, and 7. 1, 4, and 7. What are they? They are those affected individuals. While genotypes 2 and 3, they are what? They are husband and wife. Right? While genotypes, or they are spouses. Genotypes 5, 6, 5, 6, 8, 9, they are 10, 11, 12, they are normal individuals, meaning they are not affected by any blue eyes. They're not having blue eyes. Right? Those are examples. I hope you have understood and interpreted those pedigree chart. Now let's practice. Okay? You are the geneticist and you're trying to figure out the pattern of inheritance for different traits, disorders, or diseases. So I will give you that worksheet later on. I hope you've learned something. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Please comment, subscribe, and like my page so you can learn more about science concepts.